We have made it to the hunting hole. There's a duck taking off right now. About to get in the water. Hopefully it's a good day. We'll catch you on the water. Okay, we have made it out onto the water. Heck yes. It's supposed to be low winds today. It looks like it's, 4 to 5 mile an hour. It's pretty mild. We're getting a few different gusts in there, but so far this place, it looks beautiful. We just got done with a massive rainstorm. It was like, decent sprinkles to light rain for like 6 to 8 hours, maybe longer. It was last night all the way into today. So we're gonna get out here, hopefully catch something. The water looks just a tad bit murky, but I think we can make it happen. So stay tuned, guys. Let's see if we can rip some lips. Okay, we're rolling now. I think we're gonna go across the lake a little bit, kind of where the weeds start at. We're gonna just start there. I like to fish a lot of heavy weeds, a lot of heavy mats, just because a lot of the fish in the summertime when it's hot like this, they'll get in there for some shade and maybe just a little bit cooler water. We do have a lot of overcast today, so I'm not sure if that theory's, the best, but we're gonna at least give it a try and see what happens. Hopefully we catch a couple fish today. The goal is, just a handful of fish. It doesn't have to be anything large or nothing. I just thought it'd be fun to come out here for the day and try to catch some bass. So that's the goal. We'll see if we can do it. There we go. First one. Just took a second. He kind of came out. Oh my gosh, this is a goofy looking. Oh my goodness gracious. What in the world did I just catch? I don't think you guys understand what the heck. This is a really strange looking bass. Look at this thing. Now, have you guys ever seen a bass that goofy? It's like you took a normal one and just whoop, scooted him right in. That ain't normal. Okay, well, we got one. That's a start. I was hoping for one that didn't look like just milk toast, but one down. Nice. First one come on the old white swim bait here. Pretty good bait. It can catch a lot of fish at times. I like to use Kayak. Strike Kings work good. The Guggen baits have one of these too. Pretty much every bait brand makes these paddle tail swim baits now. 3.5 to 4 inch works great for all size bass. You can catch anything from like a 12 incher all the way up to, an absolute mondo on them. So that's why I like to throw those. That scared the crap out of me. He just soaked me to death. That was so cool. And that's a healthy bass right there. Good pound and some change. Pushing 2. Come on, there it is. I was almost back to the boat before he decided to come back for it. That's a keeper for sure, at least 14, I'm gonna say, probably pushing 15. These little ditch pickles, some of them are a lot more aggressive than others, and that one just came in hot on the bait. Did he rip the frog? Yep, he trashed it. That stinks. I only have 2 more of these little ribbit frogs left. This is what I've really been doing really well this year on. Kind of hard to find, so if you do want them, you're probably gonna have to order them, which stinks a little bit because then there's a little bit of a delay and some wait time, but overall, I mean, the baits work insanely well. For some reason, no matter how hard I try, the sunscreen always finds my eye. But like I was saying, this is a perfect bait for topwater frogging, and the reason I love it is because it's very slim this direction but very wide this way. And I love that it's wide on top because it's casting a huge shadow in the water, but really slim the other direction because it's not getting so deep in the water. It's just kind of gliding right on top, and I'm not catching as many weeds as if I had a little bit bigger bait. Don't get me wrong, they both work excellent, but just the slimmer profile for me works a little bit better, and I think it also helps with some of the smaller fish. I'm more about numbers. I love to catch size, but being in the Midwest, there isn't always the opportunity to catch 3s and 4s at every lake you go. I mean, it would be ideal if you could, but it's just the reality of it is not going to happen. So to be able to pick up those 14, 15 inchers, I love to have a smaller bait like this, just because the big ones will hit both sizes, but the small ones won't always hit the little ones. The small ones won't always hit the big ones. Now, if you look in front of me, you'll see just an absolute tremendous amount of moss, weeds, these little like micro dot lily pad looking things all over. This place is just loaded down with this stuff. It's unfortunate. It's not as bad as it's been in years past, but it's still quite annoying. It all looks so good to frog, but it's just, there's not a lot here. We're going to try to get to a little more of the open water. You can see, you know, still about 50 yards out, but once we get there, hopefully the fishing is a little bit better. We're still in some shallow water here. This whole shelf is kind of shallow. So unfortunately, it looks like there's been some kind of kill here. I don't think it was on purpose. I just think like, I guess it's the oxygen levels in the water is not very good. Like, look right here. Just little bluegills, but there's, I mean, what looks like a million of them. And maybe it's common for this time of the year, but it's pretty bad right now. There's a lot of dead bluegills in here. I seen one bass, a good sized bass too, probably about a pound and a half or so. But the fishing's a little slow. I expected it to be slow. I wasn't expecting the fish to be, you know, kind of ka-chowed like they are. Which it's probably really hard to see on the GoPro, but I can count 3, 4, 5. I mean, if you just keep looking, you'll see them everywhere. There's one there. There's one over here right by that camera. There's a couple out there. So I don't know what to do about that. I'm not sure if it's something that's inevitable. It is what it is, summertime, but we're gonna keep fishing. I think I'm gonna get out of the shallow areas. Right in here is shallow everywhere. So all of this area here that you can see is really thick with green moss and I don't know what else you want to call it, grass, thick stuff, just the thick cheese. We're going to get out of that. We're going to go back to a little bit more open. I'm going to work my way back, so I might fish a little bit, but when I get over there, we'll probably try and throw some, you know, some moving baits, maybe some slow sinking, and then go from there. About a half an hour, 45 minutes into today's fishing, and 2 fish, so not terrible. The goal was to catch some fish, and that's what we're doing. I was hoping to get on a few more than this, but we still got quite a bit of time. We might be able to find a couple schools and then just start slaying some bass, but for now, let's keep fishing. This stuff really is quite difficult to paddle in. There's another good size. Yeah, like look at that. That's a huge fish, just completely ka-chowed. I don't know. It's tough in here. The turtles seem to be thriving. The geese, the swans, they're thriving. I haven't seen very many ducks today. I think I seen one when I got here, but that's it. There used to be a lot of sandhill cranes that hang out here too and nest. Ah! He took it twice. Let's see if he's still in there. He may still be there. Yep. There we go. Ah! 3rd time, what the heck? Okay, come on. There we go. That never happens. 4 hits on 1 bass. Can you tell he's aggressive and hungry? Holy smackers. That is incredible. Literally, that never, and I mean never happens. 4 bites on 1 frog. Typically, you're lucky if you get 1 additional bite on a frog. Another good fish. Look how thick these things are. That's what I don't understand, is like they have quite a gut on them. They're very, very short but super fat and look like they've just, they're beefy. They're strong fish. So that's why I don't get it, is why all these little bluegills and some bass are just kicking the bucket in here. Survival of the fittest, I guess. I don't know. So that fish really had no rhyme or reason. Just came out of the cheese. I guess it's just where I was casting. I don't think, it's not like I was on the edge of open water or anything. It was just there. So I don't know. I'm having a good amount of trouble trying to figure out these fish today. They're not really schooled up like I thought I might be able to find, at least not yet. A lot of these fish are just onesies, twosies everywhere. And they're spread out. So that's what we're doing. I've kind of changed tactics again, just all about moving now. I'm gonna move until we find something. There we go, first one on the trench hog. Switched over to the Guggen baits, and still, I mean, it was, geez, I don't know why I can't speak. As I was lifting the bait out of the water, it was nearly a topwater strike. So I don't know, maybe I'll switch back over to the frog, but I'll probably keep using this bait until it's completely destroyed. Usually doesn't take too long to break up a soft plastic, but there we go, another one. I guess I can give Guggen baits credit on that one. Nice fish. The Guggen bait of choice is a trench hog, and I love the trench hog because it's kind of a long profile, and it's got 6 legs, arms and legs, and they all just really agitate the water and, you know, make a ruckus when it's down there. That's one thing I do like about the Guggen baits, is this is one design I've not seen before. It's very similar to a creature bait. I mean, it is a creature bait, but it just has a different profile. That's one reason I really care for the trench hog. A lot of the other baits are similar to other ones that you can buy, but this one I think is quite different. I like that you can fit a very large, like a 4/0 hook in there to be able to Texas rig it nice and easy. There we go, right below the boat. That one was down a little bit further. It's kind of fun skipping this thing across the bottom of the lake. I wish that there was a little more rocks down there that I could, you know, feel and bounce around off of, because right now all I'm feeling is weeds and more weeds, but it worked. Second one. Neat. Maybe I will stick with this a little bit longer. Okay, good day. Really good day. We did not get into the numbers I'd hoped to. Kind of stopped using the trench hog after about 30-40 minutes. It's weird, I caught a couple right off the bat, and then it was just I don't know, the fish ain't biting that well. Water's pretty warm, it's pretty murky. I think the rain's probably got it all messed up, but that's okay. We did not get skunked, and that's usually the goal when we come out here. Don't get skunked, have a good time, and that's what we did. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little video. It was a lot of fun to make, a lot of good bites, and just good experiences out here. Being out on the water is like my absolute favorite thing to do. Whether I catch fish or not, it's beautiful. So yeah, if you get a chance, get out there and rip some lips today. We'll catch you on the next one.